I believe that people will disappoint you more than going bankrupt, losing your job, having any other issue in your life. And in this video, I'll be breaking down exactly how people become life's biggest disappointment. And also how you can stop letting them break you. If you're done being let down by the wrong people, idiots, toxic people, etc., then let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and the pinned comment below. Let's rebuild your peace and power, brick by brick, step by step. I came up with this idea the other day. What has been the most disappointing thing of my life? And of course, I've had many setbacks, many failures, many problems that I have infiltrated onto my life. I was a gambling addict, money problems from losing money in the casino. I've made stupid decisions. I've been reckless at times. I've overthought. I've, been rude. I've been disrespectful. I've done a lot of things. But here's the thing. The greatest disappointment, despite me losing a business, despite me losing my dad, tragically dying a few years ago, addictions and so on, I have experienced has been other people. And since coming to this conclusion and reflecting and researching, I see it's the same in others. If you've gone through a divorce, the disappointment is that other person instigating that divorce. If you've had business problems and you're in a partnership, the partner is the problem. If you've got insecurities, it's because people have planted those insecurities in you. The list goes on and on. And when you've gone through hardship, it's not the hardship that's the problem. It's the people that let you down. Still. I've had family members do it. When my dad died, I've seen people have their Christmases, birthdays, weddings, lives ruined from toxic family, envious people, selfish people. I got engaged recently, and some idiots decided to be jealous, insecure, and cause problems in the family and out of the family, friends as well. It is the biggest disappointment, is other people. We hold them to a higher standard. We think they're like us. We think they think like us, act like us, have the same emotional intelligence, have the same level of respect, logic, intelligence, just rationale. But they don't. They have agendas. They're jealous, they're envious, they're hateful, they're nasty, they're mentally unstable. Whatever it is, however it is. It's just how it goes. Let's break down deeper why people are life's biggest disappointment. You help them, but they disappear when you need help. You gave them money, a lot of money. You listened to their BS and their problems. You picked up all the pieces. But the very moment you were in trouble, they ghosted you. They ran away. I saw this when my dad died. And my dad didn't intend to die. He tragically died. Got ill very quickly and died. Gone. 62. Those who I never thought would step up for me did. Went above and beyond. Years later. Those who promised me the world, who I held their hand through their bullshit, who I gave up everything for them, who I had to grit my teeth, bite my tongue to listen to their crap, their nonsense and so on. Ghosted, made excuses, couldn't be bothered, were lazy, went silent, and made out I was the problem. How is that not extremely disappointing? You doing everything for them. You going above and beyond. Not because you're a people pleaser, because you're a good friend, a good son, husband, daughter, wife, community member, whatever. And you didn't even ask for their help, but you needed it. And you thought, well, they're going to be there for me the way I was there for them. And that wasn't even the reason you did it in the first place. It's not transactional. And they've disappeared. Help people who can match your energy instead, not drain it. Generosity without boundaries is exploitation. And I've said this for 5 years on YouTube. You give most people an inch, they will take a country mile. And just when you think they won't push the envelope, go even further, take more, they do so. You cannot win. And that's disappointing, because you did everything to help, to get them back on their feet. And don't be surprised if you get them back on their feet and they become arrogant, deluded, self-centered, narcissistic, and toss you aside like you meant nothing to them. If you watch this channel, if you resonate with the messages in my videos, I can safely say you're an honest person. Everything I say is facts. Everything I say is backed up with evidence. Everything I say is personalized to my experience because I've seen it. I'm honest. You're honest. They're not. They boldly, bravely, arrogantly lie to your face. You tell the truth. You give clarity. You play it straight. You say it as it is. You speak your truth. You speak the truth. Instead, they drip feed you half-truths, deflections, manipulations, breadcrumbs. They speak in riddles. Because they're liars. They're fake. They're disinterested. They're users. They're takers. It's not that you're naive. Like I said, your mind, your brain has been wired and programmed to think everybody thinks like you. Well, I'm honest. And when I say honest, I mean about everything. Your past, your failures, your mistakes, your darkest thoughts. You think it's easy for me to say I was a gambling addict? I receive a lot of judgment and hate for doing so, but I'm telling you my truth. And you assume that everyone else does the same. But they're lying to you. And because they're lying to you, it breaks you. How can I be so vulnerable, so honest, so brave, so true? And they couldn't give a damn. They lied to my face. It's the ultimate betrayal, the ultimate disrespect. What you must do is judge people by their consistency, not their words. If they lie once and blame circumstances or anything else, they'll do it again. Actions speak louder than words. I've said this many times for many years. It is so easy to promise you the world, promise you anything when the sun is shining, they're having a drink, the birds are singing, everything is easy. But when the crap hits the fan, when life throws a curveball, when you are on your knees, when things are up against you, who's going to be there for you? Who's going to help you? You can have a relationship with someone like I did, who made promise after promise, and it was just hot air. You're not just an honest person, you're a good person, and you support their growth. Why wouldn't you? But they resent your growth. You applaud them, you clap for them, you cheer them on. But when you level up, they go cold, jealous, passive-aggressive. Fantastic example of this is me recently getting engaged, a couple of months ago now. 99% of people were happy, offered congratulations, all types of people. But the 1%, some very close to us, some acquaintances, couldn't congratulate. couldn't celebrate, couldn't enjoy it. So I couldn't believe it. Neither could my partner. But apparently it's very common. But it doesn't have to be an engagement. It could be the birth of a child, the birth of a business that makes you money, your sobriety from an addiction, dramatic weight loss, healing from disease, turning your life around. You supported them through their struggles, no matter what they were. But the second you get a victory, you get some good news, you trust them to enjoy it, they resent it. They're passive aggressive, they're jealous, they're cold, they're nasty, vindictive. They dismiss it and diminish your victories. You must stop expecting applause from people who feel threatened by your evolution. Keep leveling up anyway and leave these arseholes behind. That's what they are. You wouldn't do that. You don't resent people's growth. Surely not. Last but not least, you give second chances and they keep treating you like crap. So you forgave the lie, the betrayal, the disrespect, the broken trust. They promised change. They told you everything's going to be fine this time. Everything's going to be different, and they've done it again and again and again and again and again. And it's second chance, second chance, second chance saloon. Second chances are a gift, not a guarantee. If someone can't value your forgiveness, don't offer it again. They had every chance to learn, to be humble, to apologize, to take it on the chin, to take responsibility, to help, to really take accountability. Instead, they willingly, arrogantly, naively, stupidly, in a delusional manner, 100 miles an hour, went headfirst into doing it again. They may put on a performance, the crocodile tears, they'll beg and plead to say, I'm going to change this time, it'll be different this time. And then a leopard doesn't change its spots. You cried your eyes out, you broke your heart, you felt the pain, you're just so hurt by it. And then when you wish for a bit of consistency, peace in your life, the curveball comes again by them with cheating, betrayal, scamming, lying, humiliating you, causing drama, ruining something special, and ruining your life in the process. The pain doesn't come from strangers, random people. This pain comes from people you gave your heart, your time, trust, your life to, your energy, your money. The lesson isn't to become cold. The lesson isn't to hate on everyone. The lesson isn't even to become a recluse, it's to become smarter. It's to protect yourself, to recognize the patterns, to become more ruthless, cutthroat, to not tolerate BS, to stand up for yourself, and then be very selective on who you let into your life. And don't explain yourself to the masses. You don't need to be liked by everyone. You don't need a lot of friends. You don't need anything. You just need selective people. And one strike, a strike that you would never infiltrate onto them and walk away, cut them out. If you'd like to learn how to have those unbreakable boundaries and stand up for yourself without too much drama and stress, then let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and the pinned comment below. This is the harsh truth. You gave everything to these people. And the fact of the matter is this, something I've always said. No matter what you do or say, you will never be good enough for the wrong people.